What's good, everybody? The voices of the WGC back in the building. All right, we just wrapped up that finish the story video, talked about the product IRL. Now it's time to get back to the video games. So, big shout out to Lex Express for pointing this out. And yeah, a lot of you online players are not gonna like this. So, as you can see on the screenshot, it says choose whether the camera is positioned behind the announcer table so the stage and ramp are visible. This pertains to the ramp camera. Everybody's excited that the ramp camera is back, including us. But it is sounding like it might be an offline exclusive. Just imagine that.
And not only does it sound like, it looks like if you keep reading.
By your ear.
So if you sit there and take a good, and I mean a very good look at this, it says does not apply
to online. So if you're wondering what this means that this could potentially be an offline feature only. I'm not gonna lie, I feel slighted. I feel betrayed. I feel like we just got spit on. Why?
Feel like you just took a fat, steamy pile dump dead on the online players.
Like, why is this a thing? I understand that the offline portion of players are bigger and stronger than the online portion of players. And there's people making excuses talking about it might be easier to do this, it might be... Nah. Because if you've played the NBA 2K games, you know that there are multiple camera angles that you can change. Multiple camera angles that you can choose from. You can change the height, you can change the zoom, the amount of zoom, and this applies to offline and online. But the only catch is you have to do it when the game starts. That's when you can change it. You can't do it before the game starts. So why can't we get this in WWE games? This is under the same umbrella. This is what we mean when we say they don't give 1, 2, or 3 fucks about the WGC. They care more about the NBA 2K side of things. Now, this could just be, a part of this specific build, but I'm not gonna lie. We know 2K's track record. We know how they operate. I would not be surprised if this is an offline exclusive.
Now I'm gonna keep Let's let all of us online players keep our fingers crossed that we do get this feature, because if we don't, what do we have for online? I always say this shit. I've been saying this for the last couple of years. We've been doing this. There is a market for online players. Everyone does not play offline. Like me and my guy ourselves, we do not play offline. We play online. That's it. But we're always being slighted, whether it's the shitty ass servers that we constantly get on a year-to-year basis for some odd reason, the constant disconnects. You can't even do an hour's whip for real. Now you're telling me we're finally getting the ramp camera that we've been craving for years, ever since the Here Comes the Pain days, and we can't even do that. Like, there's ways around that. You do realize that you can go and edit your match before you create a lobby. And you should be able to toggle right there if you want to have a ramp camera in this lobby. It's so easy to just include.
And you don't even,
go ahead.
And you don't even need to do that, to be honest, because if you look at NBA 2K, you and your opponent can have 2 completely different camera angles, and it does not change anything. That's just your point of view. Same thing with Call of Duty. If somebody wants to go first person, they can have that. If somebody wants to increase their field of view all the way up, they can do that. So I don't understand, why is everything so complex when it comes to WWE games? Why do we always get the short end of the stick?
Why does the online players constantly get treated as an afterthought? It just further proves my point that 2K just does not care about us online players. You just throw us a bone and we got to deal with it whether we like it or not. And you don't care to fix it. Once again, for prime example, we went the entire WWE 2K23 cycle with disconnect problems when you perform an Irish whip. The fact that that is even a thing in online and lasted the entire cycle for WWE 2K23 just goes to show how much they really care about this shit for online. There has to come a time and place. My bad. There has to be a time and place. There has to come a time when you show online the same amount of love for offline. Go ahead.
And you want to know how bad this is? Do you want to know how bad the Irish whip problem was in 2K23? I kid you not. I was online playing a 1v1 match. I kid you not. This is a true story. I should have really screenshotted this. I should have. But I kid you not. My opponent had a car specifically to send a message to you. On his car, he had a hoodie, and it read, "Please do not Irish whip. It disconnects the match." And he showed me that before the match started. Do you know how fucking crazy that is? Do you know how crazy that is? Why are we even having to deal with these problems? And this is what has me scared for 24. Yeah, you can talk about the new additions all you want. But, I mean, outside of the super finishers, outside of the trading blows minigame, outside of the ramp camera, which appears to be offline only, outside of the 6 new paybacks, what else is really new? We haven't seen anything on My Rise, haven't seen anything on My GM, haven't seen anything on Universe Mode. What else is really new? Because this is looking like another year where we just get slowly drip fed. We buy the game, and then everything just goes batshit crazy. I'm really scared for y'all Universe Mode players. I really am, and I'm going to keep saying it.
You know, this video is about the ramp camera being pretty much an offline exclusive from what it looks like. It's not guaranteed, just what it looks like. I'm not trying to get too far off subject, but yeah, like he said, it's the same shit every year, man. It's the same shit every year. And yeah, I will still continue to buy the game because I'm just keeping up with the times, and me being an online player, I'm not going to keep playing the game that came out the year before because obviously it's not going to be as many players if I'm still playing 2K23 online when 24 is out. Not to mention, we seem to be on a wave of discontinuing online for the previous game. So why would we keep playing the same game when there's a whole new one out when we play online? So come on now. For all the people that like to say, "Oh, if you don't like the game, then don't buy it." I love wrestling. And unfortunately, the biggest wrestling franchise in the world and the developers are making 2K, which is a shit game. So when we actually get developers to make an actual decent wrestling game that I can sit there and play, then yeah, I won't play this shit anymore. But until then, I will keep purchasing this game because I play online. I don't play My Rise. I don't play My GM. I don't play Universe Mode. I haven't really touched Universe Mode since 2K14. We're online players, and us online players are pretty fucking disgusted with the lack of love that we get on a year-to-year basis. Even things like a ramp camera. You telling me we can't even get a fucking change of camera? We can't even get a change of POV? Like, come on now. It's so simple. But it appears that we're not going to get that. Now, don't get me wrong. We can be wrong, and when the game can come out and online, we'll have the ramp play. We'll have the ramp camera. But if we're going off of what we see on this photo here, it says does not apply to online. So either we're bugging, this is an early build, or it's confirmed right here in the menu that this would not be for online players. How do y'all feel about that?
Let me know how y'all feel. Y'all know how we feel. And when it comes to developers, shout out to B-Will, been on the team since SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. Like, we need more like-minded individuals on these teams. We need more individuals that, are in the moment and really, know the ins and outs of professional wrestling. I mean, one B wheel is great, but imagine if we had 50 plus B wheels in that building. Because there's a lot of elements in this game to make it feel like a fighting game and not a wrestling game. B wheel, I know you know what a great wrestling game is. But is anybody else on that team?
Doesn't appear to be.
But with that being said, we will see what happens on this road to WWE 2K23.5. Oh, my bad, 22.5. 22 version 3. 22 with extra toppings.
The WWE 2K22 DLC expansion. It's just an update. It's just an update. That's all we're getting. We're getting a little update, couple new paybacks, couple new match types, a very, very small couple of additions to the gameplay. Other than that, hey, enjoy the update from 2K22.
21 matches for 40 years of WrestleMania? Do we get promos back for Universe Mode? How are these servers? Is there an auction house in my faction now? Is that the priority?
Oh, it's all about presentation.
Look how realistic Roman Reigns looks.
So it's crazy, man. It really is. Maybe one day we can actually be happy about a wrestling game, but we're not. So when that day comes, you'll know.
But
just like Fight Forever, man, they bombed badly. So, but this ain't about that.
But hey, with that being said,
and one more time before you dip out, before we dip out, if anybody on the 2K department, anyone gets wind of this video, if you hear what we saying, you got to get these servers right, man. For us online players, this video is really about us online players, not you offline guys. If you don't play online, this video is not for you. This is for the online players. Show us some love, man. Actually, show us that you care about online and stop all these disconnects. I should be able to do an Irish whip in a match. Something so simple as an Irish whip. I should be able to do that without disconnecting my entire match. So make it a priority and handle that, please, for us.
You introduced the War Games match just for nobody to be able to play it because the servers are so dog shit. Everything is going to tie into these servers. It doesn't matter how many match types you add if these servers are lacking. I'm just saying. But with that being said, appreciate y'all for joining us, and we will continue dropping content on 2K24 as we receive it. Whether it's screenshots, whether it's gameplay, whatever. We got y'all. And hopefully, when that day comes on March 5th, or is it 4th, if we go to that certain location. But anyways, make sure y'all tune in for the live stream, day 1. We will be live. And we'll see if 2K can actually put a smile on our face, can actually prove us wrong for a change. We'll see. But with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit that bell so you can stay notified for all of our content. It's Sunstation TV, and we out here.
WGCs, the pioneers of the WGC, once again, must I add. And maybe a little crumb. Get us to 1,000 subs by the time we get to WWE 2K24. Might just give you a little giveaway for it. You know what I'm saying? A little free copy for 2K24. Road to 1,000 subscribers. Let's get it.
Hey, it's up to y'all. It's up to y'all. We out here. One love. God bless. See you in the next one. Peace.
The games in the city. For the games in the city or the park, you'll need to change the camera angle after the game has already started. Yeah, I know, unfortunately, changing the camera angle while you're playing an online game against other players is not the best idea, but just try to get it done fast so your teammates don't flip out. So once you're in game, you'll need to hit right on the D-pad. This is the same for PlayStation or Xbox. A menu will pop up and it'll allow you to change the camera settings right there. Again, just try to do this at the best time possible and not give up many plays. And that's all there is to it.